Got my little tea holder. Look at that. It's beautiful. Honduras. That's right, Honduras. Gonna put that inside the teapot this time. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get into it. There we go. This is my special blend. This is my immunity. Drink this almost every day. Beautiful. Link down below if you're interested. So, a huge part of being authentic that I feel like is missing a lot of times out of people's lives is to be authentic. One attribute or one thing that you really have to embody in your whole being is the art of letting everything just be and the art of flowing with life. And I say this because in order to be authentic, everything has to be not forced. And when you're in a space of where you're trying to force things to happen for you, you're trying to force specific outcomes, you want life to look the way you want it to look. Although we are master manifestors of our own lives and things as such, we still don't know how we're going to get to the thing that we're trying to manifest. The journey may not look like it may not look like how we think it's going to be. So when you embrace change and when you embrace, ambiguity, I can't even say that, ambiguity, you just learn to be authentic. And it's not just saying authentic in yourself, authentic in your human experience, authentic in your spiritual experience, your physical experience, When you let go and you let go and let God. Seriously though, like when you let go and you really start to just be and allow to the decisions to be made for you, and you flow and you don't force outcomes, you don't force things to be a certain way, you start to realize your life becomes way more authentic in the end. Because when we force things, we feel more pressure. When we force things, we feel fear, we feel anxiety, we feel stress unnecessarily. And it's something that we can prevent by simply just allowing the outcomes, allowing the experience to be as it is and not as we want it to be. Because the experience was meant to be as it is, not as we want it to be. We can manifest what we want, right? But we can't control how we get the thing that we manifest. It may not come in the package that you're looking for it to be in. Your journey may not look like the journey that you imagine. But guess what? You're still going to get to the destination. You might take a different route, but you're still going to get to the same destination. You're going to see a little bit different scenic views on the way. And it's still a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? It's still a beautiful thing, but it's just not something that you had imagined it to be. And I want to stress that it's so important for us to learn to be in this ebb and flow of life. And it's like being a wave. This is why I like the Tao Te Ching. I don't know if you know about the Tao Te Ching, but it's just called the way of life and just being and flowing through things. And I'm learning and I'm working and I'm growing towards being more in the state myself, being more in that version where I am able to just flow with life. I'm not forcing things to happen. I'm not forcing outcomes. Because a lot of time when we're in fearful states, that's when we feel like we need control. A lot of us as humans feel like we need control because we don't have control within ourselves. So we have to control everything outside of ourselves. We don't know, what the future is going to look like. So we control things in order to make ourselves feel more comfortable and more safe in a sense. But at the end of the day, none of us really truly know the outcome of anything. None of us really truly know what will happen next. And it's about us being open to the thing that may be coming next. Us being open to new versions and, new realities, new time shifts and quantum leaping and manifesting and all these other things, but also leaving an open mind to say that, hey, the journey may not look like how I imagine, but I'll embrace it however and whenever it comes. Because sometimes we can also block our authenticity. We can block our divine reality from coming in our lives because we are not operating on the same frequency. And to operate on the same frequency of that desired reality, you have to let go. You have to flow. Because when you feel like you have to force and you have to worry and you have to stress about it, it's actually, you're not aligned with the reality that you're trying to manifest, that you're trying to co-create in your life. You have to align with the energy. And the best way to align with the energy is to just be, and to not force, to just flow, to go with the flow and allow things to just happen as they do. And I speak definitely highly of myself because it's very hard to be, just a wave in the ocean. And it's very hard to, try to just flow with things. You don't want to feel like a piece of driftwood a lot of the times. You don't want to feel like you're just being pushed and and you have no control over your life. It's hard to be in that, in that reality where you allow the universe to guide you and shift you and lean you towards your, most beautiful version of you and most beautiful version of your life. It's difficult. But when you really truly let your hair down, and when you let your wings flap open and you fly and you soar and you let the wind just take you, you start to realize that this whole time you should have just been chilling and just in the flow of the divine, the universe, and of God. And by doing that, you've aligned with your highest self and you've aligned with your highest reality. By being in that energy, by being in a accepting, receptive, and flowing energy, you've allowed yourself to receive. Because that is the feminine energy. In order to receive, you have to be in the same energy. You have to be an equal match to the energy that you're trying to attract. There's no problem, like I said, with manifesting, with, desiring a reality. But it's about how are you going about it. Let's pour us up some tea real quick. Love it. Let's give her a taste. Perfect. So, for the matter of authenticity, you have to just let things be. That's just as simple as it is. To be authentic, you have to just be, because that's what authenticity means. It means just being and accepting everything as it is, as it shows up. And knowing when you have to make shifts, and knowing when you maybe do have to make changes in your life. And that's fine too. Listen to your intuition. Listen to yourself. Listen to your higher power that lives inside of you. But also, don't dwell too much in the ego when it's not necessary. Overthinking, stressing about, things that you cannot control. And that's the whole essence. To just be, to just live in the flow and be in the flow of life. And I urge you to check out the Tao Te Ching. It's an amazing read, and it kind of gives way to this whole message. I love the Tao Te Ching. And I'm going to finish my tea, and I hope you got a lot of your authenticity back today. And continue to be authentic to yourself, to the universe, and to everyone around you. And I hope your experience here on Earth continues to be authentic. I hope you're enjoying your human experience as well as your spiritual experience. I hope and I pray that, you're continuing to love yourself, love others. I pray that, you continue to find the truth to who you really are, because who you really are is a powerful source, is a powerful being. It's going to take one cup of It's going to take one cup at a time, but we'll get there. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.